Hi, welcome back to my little film and TV channel. We have a movie review for you today, and one I read little about before I watched it, so I was quite surprised by the feedback on various reviews that we're going to look at today. I was quite surprised by it, but we'll go more into that, please. If you like what I try and do, these film reviews, I do drama reviews, information vlogs. Please press that like button and push the subscribe button if you're not already done, so that'd be great. And spread the word, would be much appreciated. Yeah, I do stand out a little bit from everybody else on this one, so I am in the minority. I'm in a big minority, and I don't know why, but we'll explain that in a bit. We're going to have a look at Firestarter. Yes, the 2022 version. Not the old Drew Barrymore one, going back in time. I forgot it was Drew Barrymore when, excuse me, when I was sort of looking at various information for this one. But there you go, yeah, Drew Barrymore, wonderful stuff. Yeah, Firestarter 15 rating, 94 minutes, which is perfect for me. I do get a bit tired of films being 2 hours and longer at the moment, and some films certainly don't justify it, but this is only 94 minutes, so it's fair enough. A science fiction thriller film, of course, with sort of a superhero sort of leaning as well, or special powers sort of thing. Anyway, so I had that feel to it for me. Directed by Keith Thomas, from a screenplay by Scott Teems, based on the novel of the same name, of course, by, yes, Stephen King. Internet Movie Database, the Public, Joe Public, 4.6 out of 10. Not very good at all. I'll say I'm a little bit surprised by that when I saw it. There you go. 5,837 people have scored it, so it's a lot. 1,779 scored it between 6 and 9. But a massive 3,244 scored it between 2 and 5. I ignore the 10 out of 10s and 1 out of 10s. But that's just a 35% positivity rating, which isn't great, is it? Rotten Tomatoes audience are slightly better, although the average is under 50%. If you look at the positivity, is under 50%, yet the average is 3.1 out of 5, which is more or less 6.2 out of 10. So it doesn't quite equate. So I don't know what they've done with the figures there. But on the base of it, 3.1 out of 5 isn't a total disaster, and certainly not as bad as the Internet Movie Database. What's it about? Well, I think if you don't know what it's about, if you don't know the Stephen King original, after being experimented on by a secret government entity called The Shop, Andy McGee develops psychic powers and meets the love of his life. Of course he does. Together they have a daughter with a power of her own, and the Shop will stop at nothing to get them back. Yeah, I think the old... the mother has a superpower as well. She didn't say that, did she, at the time? So it's got to lead to trouble, wasn't it, with two people with superpowers getting together? There's no doubt the offspring is going to have some sort of powers, isn't it? And, of course, this is a remake of the 1984 film adaptation of the same name. And it stars, Zac Efron, introducing, I think. I've not seen her in anything before. Right, she probably done stuff in the US that I'm not aware of. Ryan Kira Armstrong. Ryan? I thought it was a boy's name, but obviously it's not. It's a girl's name as well. Sidney Lemon, Kurtwood Smith, John Beasley, Michael Greyeyes, and Gloria Reuben all star in this. And it's released in the US and worldwide on May the 13th. I'm sorry, guys. We've started up then. These early mornings I'm working. Yeah, it was actually also simultaneously theatrically released and released on Peacock, on the streaming site Peacock, which I don't have access to, but if you've got that, that's probably why there's so many reviews on it. Yeah, what did the critics... We saw what the public thought. They weren't overly impressed, were they? What about the critics? Well, they're even less impressed. 111 critics on Rotten Tomatoes, just 12% positivity, and it averages 3.7 out of 10. Again, a slight anomaly. I don't know how they work these figures out, but we'll go with the flow. And 13 fresh and 98 rotten. That is disastrous, isn't it, really? That's the death knell for any sort of film when Rotten Tomatoes are throwing percentages out like that. The consensus reads, there was plenty of room to improve on the original. I think so, yeah. But Firestarter trips over that low bar and tumbles towards the bottom of a long list of Stephen King adaptations. Not good. What about, is there any save? Is there any saving grace from Metacritic, the other critic site we'll look at? Well, probably not, no. A score of 32 out of 100, so 32%. It isn't great. That's based on 29 critics, and it scored anywhere between 16 and 67. So I'll just talk through one of the low ones. The Rap's William Bibiani, he gave it 23 and said, the new Firestarters look like the old Firestarter. If the old Firestarter was duller, cheaper, and devoid of almost all meaning. Okay. LA Times is Noel Murray a little bit better, but only 40 out of 100. But it's a cautionary tale about an unusual family who will never know a moment's peace because of their past choices. Firestarter is worthy of its source material. When in its last half hour, it turns into chapter 1 of a potential new superhero franchise. It joins a long list of Stephen King movies that are all gimmick and no guts. There is someone who likes it. Collider, I assume that's a website. 67 out of 100, but even they're not overly positive if you look at how they sum it up. And they go on to say, I think this will be best enjoyed by someone who had never seen the original. Okay, it's that long ago, guys. I forgot about it. Almost 40 years. I don't think I watched it from the very first time it came out. On, would it have been video then? Oh, I don't even know. 1984? Probably at the cinema. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, let's go back. Collider, I think it's one of the best enjoyed by someone who had never seen the original 1984 film. That way you won't be constantly comparing the two in your head. But he did give it 67 out of 100, so I didn't really compare it with the first one because, as I said, I didn't really remember it. Right, my thoughts. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I must have been in the right frame of mind or something with this one because, as I said, I did watch it and then look at the reviews after. I thought, what, have I watched a different film? have I gone back and watched another version of Firestarter that's been made? Because, I can't understand all the negativity. From the, I wouldn't mind if it's just the critics or the public, but generally it's both, isn't it? I mean, critics and the public from those scores. I mean, I think I sort of like the original. It was a long, long time ago. As I said, I can't remember how I watched it or where I watched it, but as I say, it was a long time ago. But I did really like, and someone was criticised it there, I did really like the superhero feel to this. I thought that made it even better in my eyes. I just say I watch a lot of superhero films and disappointed, and this certainly didn't disappoint me as a superhero type film. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll say that now. And I wished it had lasted longer. There's not often to say that. I mean, 90-odd minutes was probably a perfect time, but if they'd had another 10 or 15 minutes to it, I would have been quite happy. I thought young Ryan Keira Armstrong did a great job. I thought she was excellent. Not spot on. Of course, she's only a young actress, but I thought she did a great job. And I thought the story was excellent. And despite I've seen on many reviewers the words boring and dull, etc., I thought it trotted along nicely with lots of little incidents, etc., as it went along. And I just thought it was very well paced. Perhaps the last act or two was a little rushed, so they could have probably put another 10 minutes onto it. But that's only a small quibble for me. One of the best sci-fi horrors I've seen in a long time. I'll be as blunt as that. As I say, I am in a big minority on this one, but I loved it. I was totally entertained by this film. I thought it was great. And I do like cats, so I'll even forgive them one particular scene, which if you watch the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I do like cats, but I'll even forgive them that because I just thought it was excellent, and it is excellent stuff. And I've got to give it a score that I very rarely give anything. It's very rare. There won't be many of these this year. I can tell you, whether it's a TV drama or a film, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10, which is way above what most people are thinking. But as I said, whether I was in the right frame of mind for this, I have no idea. I just thought it was thoroughly entertaining, very enjoyable, well acted, well put together, well paced, good story. I just liked it. So 8 out of 10 for me, guys. Let me know what you think. As I say, I'm willing for you to say this is rubbish, bird, or what are you on? I'll have a pint or whatever you're on. But as I say, I can only react to what I saw. And as I said, I didn't look at any scores before I watched this, and I was quite. When I watched it, I thought, I wonder what other people scored. I bet they scored it really well. And I was totally shocked by those scores that I've just read out to you earlier on. But hey, that's it. It's all opinions, isn't it? Let me know what you think anyway. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.